Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Today's topic is Jose Mourinho finished? Is he done as a top level manager? And if he isn't done, then who is a better manager than him? Is Solskjaer better? Is Sean Dyche better? How low has Jose Mourinho fallen from the top of not only British football but world football as well? So let's get into it. Very bad week for Spurs. Beaten by Arsenal last week. Top four hopes gone, although they were very thin. And embarrassed in the Europa League out of that. They've got the Carabao Cup final, and that is what Spurs have got to show. I think the big interesting thing for me is, as Spurs fans, if we've got any watching, what is your thoughts? Have you woken up to what United fans have said, what Chelsea fans have said, that Jose Mourinho doesn't belong in modern football unless he decides to change? I watched that Spurs team last week against Arsenal, and when the team news came out, I was like, look, Arteta's got his work cut out, because that is a really good Spurs side. It's attacking, and that's the thing that you always look at with Mourinho. Mourinho is the guy who, with Inter Milan, shut down a great Barcelona side over two legs with ultimate park-the-bus football. Mourinho is the guy that has won Champions Leagues with Porto. He's won them with, he's one of the greatest managers there's ever been. But you know what? Zinedine Zidane was one of the greatest footballers I've ever seen in my life. But Marcus Albrighton's a better footballer than him now, because your time is up in life. And I think some people don't realise this. Things move on. You go past. You retire. You lose your powers. Not many people can do what Sir Alex Ferguson did. Win Champions Leagues, win loads of Premier Leagues, win cups, and then retire at the very top with the Premier League trophy. Some people, some greats like Wenger, they just fade away. And Mourinho is fading away. He's going down the Wenger path, in my opinion, because I don't see how he's going to get it back. Look at that team against Arsenal, right? Lloris in goal. I think it was Doherty and Reguilon attacking fullbacks. Definitely better going forward than they are backwards. Centre-backs, no Eric Dyer was there. I think it was Alderweireld and Sanchez, so that to me is good. He puts Ndembele in the pivot next to Højbjerg instead of Sissoko. More attacking Ndembele. And then a front four of Bale, Moura, Kane and Son. And okay, Son went off injured, but there was no intent in that game at all. No intent. A worldy goal by Lamela. Take that away, and that's one of the most weak performances I've ever seen. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised he didn't get done for under the Trade Descriptions Act, because that was just absolutely not what it said on the tin. You know, it was so far from Ron Seal, it was unbelievable. Like, you look at that Spurs team and you think, you know what, I quite fancy that to do well. And then you're rubbing your eyes saying, is that really Harry Kane? Is that really Ndembele? Is that really Reguilon? Or am I watching Prime Stoke? Because this is, people talk about it with United. They talk about it with Chelsea under Lampard. They talk about it with Arteta before Christmas. All right, it's difficult. It's difficult to get a team back where it needs to be. But the tactics come from the manager. And Mourinho's tactics are Jurassic Park. I mean, look, check it out on United stand when we had him. I think I loved that All or Nothing. I think he's box office, and I'll never stop liking Mourinho. But would I ever want him I had him at our club. No. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, even probably 6 years ago, Mourinho could probably win you a league title, but not anymore. The game has moved on, and he has not moved on with it. And I think that's the thing now. Where would you put Mourinho? You look at that league table. I've got it up in front of me. They are 8th in the league, 45 points, and they are 8th. That is unbelievably bad. 8th place, 6 points off 4th place. And all right, look, they've got a game in hand on Chelsea, but I look at this season and how many points they've dropped from winning positions, just lost games, and that to me suggests that not that. I mean, look, is it out of the realms of possibility that they win a Carabao Cup and somehow scrape top four? Maybe. It's not going to happen, but maybe. But it should have happened. When you look at Spurs' season, it should have happened. There were games where they start the game well, they get a goal, and then he sits back, and then there's a late equaliser, and you think, how did that happen? It's coming from the coach. He can't move away from the past. He's the History Channel. He's UK Gold. He can't move away from classic results of Mourinho era gone by. And that is where he struggles. He won't evolve. And why should he? He's Jose Mourinho. I did this with Porto. Yeah, you did. It's 2021, mate. And he's gone. He's past it. It started to go badly at Chelsea. Manchester United, yeah, there were trophies, but the football was too archaic. And at Spurs, he's been provided with a team that I think if you gave that starting 11 against Arsenal to Arteta or Klopp, you would see a much better Spurs side. They are much better than their league position suggests. They're a much better footballing side than what is being served up. And that goes back to the manager. He can't evolve. Football has moved on. It has moved on. And the Mourinho style of football is done. So I think that the real question is, how long will Spurs take to wake up to that? Are you going to have another couple of years of this? Because the team should be higher. And I think he can take it higher. And I think he could take it and should have took it to 4th place. But it's never going to get near a title, which is probably what Spurs fans are used to. But I look at the investment of Levy and I look at the quality in that team. Some of it inherited, Harry Kane, but there are quality players there. And they could, I think, you know what? I think if Pochettino had that team, Spurs would be top 4. Pochettino was right to leave when he did, sacked, whatever. But if Pochettino had that team and that quality set of players, they're being massively underused. And I think that for me is something for Spurs fans to decide. But looking out and in, I said it, Mourinho was dusted when he left Manchester United. And there's no Mr. Sheen polish clearing that dust, unless he decides to reinvent himself. And clearly the enigma of Mourinho has always been his stubbornness, his total and utter conviction in himself. And it made him one of the greatest managers ever. You know, you're all wrong, I'm the special one. The thing is, what you're asking Mourinho to do in the modern game is to reinvent himself. Well, reinventing himself isn't Jose Mourinho. I think Jose Mourinho will go down as one of the greatest managers football's ever had. But I think football's moved on and Jose Mourinho is clinging on, trying to pull it back. And he won't. We won't go back to that. I don't think he can reinvent himself. I don't even think he should reinvent himself. I think what Jose Mourinho should do is maybe not retire, maybe go back to Italy, a slower league that's more tactical, where defence and tight games reign. But not the Premier League, not La Liga, not anymore. I think if he had Man City's job with the money, I think it would be hard not to succeed. But no, for me, Mourinho's done. And I think there's lots of reasons why. It's just how long Spurs fans are going to wake up. And maybe he is a manager that is benefiting from not having fans in the ground. Because I think fans in the ground would not have put up with some of these results. And it's pure embarrassing to be out of the Europa League. It's pure embarrassing to be 8th in the league. When I look at Spurs' squad and I look at their bench and I look at the season, they should have benefited from the compactness of this season and they haven't. Where would I rank Mourinho at the moment? I mean, this is the ultimate put down. He's not better than Pep. He's not better than Solskjaer. He's not better than Rodgers. He's not better than Tuchel. He's not better than Moyes. And he's not better than Klopp. And he's not better than Ancelotti. That's 7 managers that are better than him because he's out of all the cups apart from the Carabao Cup and he's 8th in the league. And I think this season more than ever, you can pretty much rank your managers on where you are in the league. It's relentless. I think some of the managers, you know, they could say, hold on a minute, I haven't got the squad that they've got. But the interesting thing is, I think Spurs' squad is in the top 4. I think their squad is in the top 4. Yet he's doubled that. He's in 8th. So, look, Jose Mourinho is a better manager than every manager in the Premier League on a CV. You know, arguably than Pep. But it's those two. But currently, as I said, Zidane is a way better footballer than Marcus Albrighton, than Declan Rice, than Lacazette. He's better than all of those players. But right now, those 3 are better than Zidane because Zidane's retired. He doesn't play football anymore. And Mourinho, well, he's not retired, but he's not the manager he was. He's not the greatest manager in the world. He's not even in the top 6 in England. And I think, you know, the challenge is there for Mourinho to prove everybody wrong. And he will love this. He will love the fact that people think they're writing him off. And I don't take any joy in writing him off. I do like Mourinho. But he's a box office manager, but he's not box office on the pitch anymore. Get your comments in below. Smash a like, subscribe, give us your thoughts. And I'll speak to you on the next one.